Welcome to Everyday Life. Thank you for joining our podcast, Conversations Over Coffee. My name is Jen.
And I'm Dagda.
And we're going to hit you with the explicit content warning right off the bat. This podcast does include adult situations and adult language from time to time.
I'm an angel. I never fucking cuss.
Okay. Anyways, you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Easy ways.
Any fucking ways.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel like I just subjected you to some weird torture, though.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, obviously it's a beloved genre to me, like, horror novels and all of that. So I was on the fence about watching it to begin with.
Okay.
And then it was just like, there was something about part of the trailer that made me chuckle. And I think was the way they were like, trouble. There was a little clip of that in one of the trailers I'd seen. I was just like, let's just see. And then the second trailer I saw had the kids sitting in the movie theater. So,
Okay.
So yes, of course, it's... I give my partner props. He tried to make it through the first episode.
Yeah.
And, and it's confusing because this is basically a prequel to It.
Yeah.
But it's weird because you can't just look it up as Welcome to Derry. You have to look it up as It, Welcome to Derry.
That makes sense.
It makes sense to a degree, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just weird. But there was a couple of things that, I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about the first scene. If you have not seen...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. If you have not seen the new It, Welcome to Derry on HBO Max or whatever, and you're a horror fan, a Stephen King fan, a Bill Skarsgård fan, you might want to just wait to listen to this episode until after the fact. So anyways,
Is Bill in this one?
He is. He is going to be in it. He was not obviously in the episode we watched today.
Yeah.
Because I'm mean and torturous. And I said to you, "Oh, have you seen it yet? Do you have it?" And you were like, "No." And I was like, "Well, come on. Oh, let's go watch it."
Yeah.
So it was the second time I'd actually watched it. So
Yeah.
I just watched it I watched it. I would not watch it. I would not finish watching the episode until after my partner had moved away from, because obviously there's...
After he finished eating.
After he finished eating. And, apparently I'm just getting so good at finding new and disturbing ways to scare him. I don't know. Like I said, he asked me, he was dead serious. He was just like... Because he vetoed us watching it, he especially when it was not even 10 minutes into the first scene, not even 5 minutes into the scene, really. It's literally at the very, very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And the car ride scene starts. And I'm sure at this point, anybody who's contemplating watching it or not have probably gone and read reviews because the biggest spoiler alert was put out before premiere day. And it was put out on a very large news publication, like, spoiler alert. Literally, that's what it said, spoiler alert. And I'm just like, well, let's see what the spoiler says. Well, is it worth looking at? And so, anyways, he was very serious when he was just like, stop. No, I veto, right? But just that look, he looked at me so serious. You really find this entertaining? Yes.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Well, we all know if I was going to be a serial killer, I would be a sociopath.
Yeah.
I know better, but I don't care.
I'm not a huge horror fan.
Right.
I like monsters.
Yeah.
But so, like, for instance, I listened to almost everything that was in the Call of Cthulhu mythos.
Okay.
And it's cosmic horror. And one of the things with cosmic horror typically is there's nothing you can do about it. You're just fucked, right? I am absolutely not a fan of that. Even though I listen to almost every one of the stories in that setting, I guess, because it's not just other people have added to it. It's not just what's his name stuff anymore.
So you're not a
Lovecraft.
fan of being completely fucked no matter what you do.
Yeah, I'm not, and it probably sounds funny to those of you who know what Warhammer 40K, well, Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40K is like,
Right.
because a lot of that is you're just fucked.
Yeah.
But at least in that, you have a chance of fighting back.
Right.
You're fucked in the end, but you can fight back and survive as long as you want.
So you've never listened to the Audible of it, or I doubt you've read it, and I obviously you're smart, obviously you're all those things, but you've made mention that you're a slower reader, and I think it's just because you like to mull over and really visualize what's going on.
No, it's an actual problem that I have.
Oh, see here, I was thinking it was just literally because you were trying to like really get the visual of everything going.
One time I spent 5 minutes reading one sentence over and over again, and it was just my brain hiccuping and going back and rereading the fucking same
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, well, there's like almost 1,000 pages in the original It book.
Yeah, that would take a long time if I spent 5 minutes rereading a fucking line every.
Yeah, and that sucks. But But the thing is that so when you were younger, you know, we talked about in like in your prior history. When you were younger, you were more excited for books and everything like that, even if it did take you a lot longer to read. But like,
Yeah.
you have found a good way to really enjoy stories that are out there. And Audible's great for that. And I
Yeah.
can understand why you do it. So what's interesting about it, because you've never listened to the Audible, I imagine that thing would have had to have been 2 or 3 credits if it's even out there.
And no, when I was talking about the Game of Thrones, well, the Song of Ice and Fire being 2 credits each, that was an anomaly. It's almost never that.
Right.
That just happened right around the time when the Game of Thrones television show was online.
Right. Well, but as far as like it goes, if it's an Audible, it's twice the size of one book in the Game of Thrones series. Like, you know,
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson's books are fucking
Is
single
really
credit.
long, too?
Same with the Wheel of Time stuff.
Yeah.
They're 1 credit, and those are fucking ginormous books.
yeah. I don't know. But since the point is, since you haven't listened to them or read them, then you're not aware that. And have you seen the original or the
No, I've
new release of the movies?
no, I've heard people talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
But I've never watched any of them.
Oh man. So you should first start by watching the original movie.
Well, from the sound of it, because this is a prequel, it's probably actually better to watch that. And then
for you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you. Well,
for virgins.
for virgins to it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I'm afraid people who are hearing that opinion are going to go, the trailer looked really good. Maybe I should watch it, I should watch it first, and then I'll go read the books. And you know what? I think this would turn people off of the books, because it's like, if this is the stuff they can put on television, what the fuck's in the book?
I mean, other than the underage gangbang.
Wow. How do you even know about that if you didn't read it? Because I was a teenage boy once.
Because I know people have read it and they've talked about that.
Yeah, it gave pause to the cause of reading Stephen King when I was a kid, because I didn't understand, but then when I read it a couple times, I was like, oh my god, I did understand, and I was very young when I read it.
Yeah. How much coke had he taken when he wrote that book? I mean, Cujo, he was high. He doesn't remember right, and he wrote it in today.
Yeah, that's just insanity. So,
anyway, carrying on.
you motherfucker.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. You just like, I don't know. It's a good watch, but it's a good read. And now I don't know. Now literally everything just went shoot out of my head because you squirreled on it. So yeah, what were we talking about?
Well, I was saying that I like monster movies, but
That's what it was.
like I said, I've listened to all of Lovecraft stuff, and as far as the Cthulhu mythos, I don't know if he wrote any other stuff, but I also listened to all of Conan, right? And I much prefer Conan to Cthulhu, even though they were friends, the two writers. And it's because I prefer the I go and kill fucking bad things versus you're fucked. The bad things are going to come in the night and fuck your whole family. I'm not a fan of that.
Well, okay, so that's what it was. It was, you were talking about cosmic
horror, yeah.
Oh, cosmic horror. So since you haven't read it, you don't actually know that the origin of it is a cosmic horror.
Yeah, I kind of assume that from the way things are playing out and like what they talk about what Pennywise actually is versus what you see.
And the book, I'll tell you what, the book is so descriptive. It really is. But again, it depends on how you view it, whether there's hope at the end or not. At the end of it all, because this is one of those things where they literally could drag it on and on and on and on and on. You know, and so on the one hand, I'm a huge fan of the original. It was not done in the theaters. It was done as a mini series on TV, much like
original,
much like Stephen King's Rose Red, right?
And The Stand.
Yes. And I was a huge fan.
I've not seen either of those either. Like I said, I've also not read any Stephen King books. I have seen several movies like Christine and Firestarter.
Good movie. Good movie. Good books. Good books. Christine's a little bit. There's moments in there
I've
where
seen
you're
parts
just like,
of Cujo.
Oh, you haven't seen the whole thing?
And didn't he do Pet Cemetery also?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
First, I played with Mommy.
I watched the original Pet Cemetery, not any of the other ones.
Then I played with Ted.
Now I want to play with you. Creepy as fuck little kid.
Leave him alone.
I'm glad you got fucked, kid.
Right. That anything Stephen King can be quite terrifying. Some of it's like he's got a book out there called Thinner. Have you ever seen the movie or heard the Audible?
No, I saw the like previews or whatever for that movie, and I was like, that looks interesting, but I'd never watched it.
It's a really good movie because it's not horror in the sense of a demonic monster's coming to get you.
Isn't it like a curse or something?
Yes, it's a
like
gypsy
some
curse.
Gypsy woman, yeah.
So you've got, and there, when you watch the movie, there's a couple of parts where you're just like, ugh, because like literally, and the book is even worse because there's a part where he's talking about he's getting thinner and thinner no matter how much he eats. And there's a descriptive scene about him eating a ton of food, just shoveling it in faster and faster and faster. And it's just gregariously nasty. But anyways.
It's borecore.
It's pretty rough. I think you would really like the movie though, because it, like I said, it's not your typical horror. It's not your typical monster, but it's definitely a scary thought of having access to food and consuming all the food in the world you want and still starving to death.
Okay.
I mean, anybody who's seen the movie Seven and seen,
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh my God, and he's got the one guy who's like starves to death, and it takes like, isn't that in the movie Seven, or is it the guy who ate to death?
The dude ate to death.
Okay, so there's another movie out there
Gluttony
somewhere.
Ate to death.
Yeah, there's another movie out there where, oh, I know, of course, Walking Dead. One of the guys starves somebody else to death. It's horrible. Anyways, so we watched it today. We watched the episode today. Just because, I mean,
the premiere episode.
The horror. And it's, they're kids and you have to remember they're kids. But there was a few things that I noticed that I don't know. I think if you're brand new to the series, you're not going to have any idea. But those of us who aren't brand new to the It world are sitting here. I'm sure we're all sitting here going, wait a minute. Did you notice that there's a Hanlon in this one? Did you notice there's a Uris in this one?
Yeah. I don't know the names of any of the people, so therefore all the names that were said don't mean anything to me.
Right. Well, that's why I said those of us who know it.
Yeah.
So the interesting fact about there being a Hanlon in there, a Hanlon family in there, and a Uris family in there is one, in the primary story, Mike Hanlon is the only person who stays living in Derry after this whole thing happens when they're 12, 13 or whatever. Okay. So he's the only person who
Sole
stays.
survivor.
No. He's the only one who stays living in Derry, Maine after
Okay.
the whole big story that happened when they were kids. And because he is there as the keeper of the memories. So Hanlon's the only person who remains in Derry, correct?
Okay.
Uris, Stanley Uris of the Uris family. And I don't know where it's going to end up allocating in this story that they've written. But Stanley Uris is the only member of the original group that instead of facing the horror, decided to self-delete. So those are two very interesting names to see in the TV show because it's just like, wait a minute, you've got the guy who was from the family of the Keeper of the Memories, right? And then you got the guy who was so horrified by what happened that he self-deleted. Yeah. So it's like, it's interesting how they're going to tie all that in, honestly.
So the older brother self-deletes.
Here's the thing is that
I don't think that we're related. Well, I can't believe we're related. Yeah.
I can't believe we're related. That's not Stanley Uris, though, because so it attacks children every 27 years. It steals these kids. It's 1962, which...
So the kids in this are like the grandparents.
I
of
think
the kids
so.
In the movie.
That's what I'm trying to figure out because so the Hanlon, you've got the Hanlon family, and just because I double checked it to make sure I'd heard it right and I'd seen it right and I read it right, that it is Hanlon. So it's Leroy Hanlon, but his son's name is Will Hanlon, which I believe is Mike Hanlon's either his
Father's
name.
Yeah.
Or his cousin's name, because from the original book, Mike Hanlon goes to live with family because his parents and everybody in his family was killed in a house fire except for him. When you first come into the storyline.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I'm wondering, are these going to be like cousins? Are these going to be like, is this the grandparents? Because it's definitely not I don't think it's the parents.
Wait, a related note. Did Stephen King write a book about a bunch of kids that had a special needs friend and something happens when they're kids and then they come back as adults and the special needs friend happens to be an alien?
It's the absolute movie recommend I gave you just a couple days ago.
I've seen that one a long time ago.
Dreamcatcher?
Oh, that's that movie?
That is that movie.
Actually, I think I saw that in the theater even.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is in Dreamcatcher, I didn't read the book. I believe there's a book or at least a short story to it. But in the movie, their friend, Henry, who is their special needs friend, that's Donnie Wahlberg.
That sounds about right.
Hey. You motherfucker.
Play to your strengths.
Wow. Yeah.
As one person who rode the short bus to another, play to your strengths, bro.
You like want to high five him for being a minuscule friend? That's cool. That's cool.
I don't know about all that. I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean,
You're saying
you're always talking about how minuscule, right? You're always talking about the short bus.
I'm talking about myself. I don't know about his manhood. Don't want to know.
He probably would unzip his fly and slap it across your head and be like, "This is what my manhood's like, bitch. I'm from Boston."
Any fucking way. I'm Irish too, bitch.
Well, you would probably one up him and be like, "I'm Irish and black, motherfucker." So,
A whole new meaning to the term Black Irish.
right. Minuscule. Anyways, so yeah, it's set in 62. We've got a Hanlon family. We've got a Uris family. And I did like the shout out to the Pacific Northwest with that girl's last name being Bainbridge. That was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, I did notice that, but I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Just for me, like it's just such a very specific thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, So also in this is a character, and I'm pretty sure it was the guy driving the Jeep, the black guy driving the Jeep.
Okay, yeah, the sergeant.
And you know how he kept staring and staring and staring? Because I was trying to figure out who, I'm
Given the other black dude on the base, stank eye.
like, side eye, hardcore, bro.
Bombastic.
Bombastia. So I believe that character's name is Dick Halloran.
Okay.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Kind of, but I'm not sure.
It is a character from The Shining.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, I've seen that movie too.
I know you have. But
He's the magic Negro. It's a thing that Stephen King does. He's got magic Negroes.
I understand. It's just the fact that you say Negro and not African American.
That's the term.
You want to know what's worse? Is I can hear fucking Ann Wilson going, he's a magic Negro, mama. I can hear Magic Man playing with that verbiage.
Nice.
Not nice. Bad Dagda. No, 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 no.
I mean, she was into it, so whatever.
Oh my God. Dead. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm very reserved on how I feel about it. Just for the simple fact, did I find it entertaining? Yes, I did. Because that's the one great thing about true cable television. Because that's, even though it's a streaming service, they most certainly didn't hold anything back.
They held back the boobies.
Oh yeah, that fucking pussy did.
That scene was kind of funny because of the interruptus.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Scotty. I'm always doing that. Well, yeah, that was, is that something, do you remember being that age and thinking, why do they make bras that look like that? Boobs aren't pointy. Do you remember ever thinking that?
No.
Because that seems like something very much a 12 to 14-year-old boy would think.
Yeah. Well, also, I don't think that the pointy bra thing was from the 50s and 60s. I think they pretty much got away from it by the time it was of any relevance to me because, well, I wasn't born yet.
Right. Well, then Madonna.
Yeah, but that was artistic crap, so whatever.
Yeah, it was real artistic.
Or artsy fartsy shit. So,
it's I don't know. Some of the graphics in it were just like, wow, like they went there. And I don't know if they're just trying to set that. You don't know if they're trying to set that precedence because movie itself is known for very gory scenes at times.
Okay.
And it's here's the thing. When you read the book, there is some gore in there, but not as much as you think. It's all about the fucking buildup. And that's literally the way it's presented in the original miniseries, in the It original miniseries, and then, of course, the It remakes.
Yeah.
It's all about the buildup. I mean, I'm telling you, we went and saw the new It, the first one, part one, in the theater, and I laughed my ass off most of the way. And that was the first time my partner expressed to me that he was a little concerned that there might be something a little bit off about me. And I'm like, well,
I have laughed at some horror movies, but yeah.
Probably the implausible ones.
Sometimes, well, also a lot of the ones that I like are more campy ones.
Yeah. Did you see the House of Wax with Paris Hilton in it?
No, I didn't. Although, when I was told that she gets the shit murdered out of her, I kind of wanted to see it.
Yeah, she gets the fuck murdered out of her, like, hard. And what's funny is when it happens, I was laughing my ass off. And I was told that was not an appropriate response to that. And I said, well, it's funnier than fuck because she didn't have to be in that position, and yet she was. So, yeah.
Have you seen the movie In the Mouth of Madness?
I want to say maybe.
That's kind of the main character in it is the dude who was in Jurassic Park as the,
Sam Shepard.
Yeah. And I don't really like that movie, and the main reason I don't really like the movie is because the way it ends, and it's going back to like the cosmic horror where it's like you're just fucked.
Yeah, like The Abyss.
If you're
was it The Abyss? No, what's the other one?
You're probably thinking of Event Horizon.
Event Horizon, yeah.
which a lot of people are like, if there were a prequel to Warhammer 40K,
It would be
this
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon, yeah.
But it's still the same thing. It's still cosmic horror.
Yeah, it's well, the difference though with the Event Horizon is the ship went there, nobody else has to fucking go there, right? Especially, okay, let's blow the fuck out of this ship, let's blow it up, we're done, we're not going there again. Yeah.
Well, but that's the problem with humans. We're all very curious. We have to know. We're into everybody's business, everything. We've got to have answers for it all now. So we're not just going to be like, you know what? That ship had a crew 75 years ago. And, we never heard anything back from them, so we're just going to leave that be. It's not how we are.
Well, I don't mean we're going to leave that be at that point, but at the point where they then go and investigate the ship because the ship showed back up and they see what happened, then they could be like, okay, we don't need to do that experiment again. Moving on.
Right. They should have gotten the fuck off that ship and blew it up and been just like death to Smoochie. Boom. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very reserved with how I'm going to feel about it, Derry. Are you interested in watching another episode of it as they come out?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, it's because I think it's going to be, well, obviously they're going to have, I think they're coming out on Sundays.
Okay, I was going to say, are they putting out episode weekly or whatever?
Yeah, there's going to be 8 episodes to it. So it's, it's episodic. I just know that episode 2 comes out on Happy Birthday Harry Day. So.
Okay, I was like, wait, so then it comes out this Friday.
Yes, the episode 2 comes out Friday, and then I believe that 3 comes out on Sunday. So yes.
No, so they're actually putting out 3 a week instead of
just for the premiere of it. They're just trying to get it out there. They're trying to see how much interest is there, because one of the things I noticed, one of the producers in this, so one of the people putting their money into this, is Bill Skarsgård.
That's
so
cool.
Yes. So I don't know if he's pulling an Arnold on this one or not, but he's definitely investing in it. He is one of the executive producers in it.
That's
so
cool.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting. I saw, I've seen some stuff, with it, because obviously, like I said, I love Tim Curry, right? I'm not taking anything away from him, but Bill Skarsgård, I just fell in love with him after seeing him on Hemlock Grove.
I was going to say,
he's just so
I'll just point him at your lips. You're going to be real popular in prison with those eyes. I'll just point them at your lips and you'll be fine.
Well, yeah, I'm really sad that Hemlock Grove didn't go on further.
I mean, the show got the show started out kind of weird, but it got really fucking weird in the last season. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's like the first third to half of the first season, it was a little bit of a slow start, but it was like, it was one of those things where it was intriguing after, like, you're like, wait a minute, what's fucking going on here? What?
Yeah, especially because you're like, this character is probably such and such. This character is probably this other thing, and this character is probably this other thing. And then
you want to prove it right.
Yeah.
So you've got that little bit, it's not morbid curiosity, but it's just basic curiosity. Like, wait a minute. So this isn't super fantastic. Like, oh my God, Captain America, the best example I can give you in this house. But it's also like, what is going on? And so you've got that probably the first 3 to 5 episodes. You have that, am I not? And then the last half of the final season, you were just like, what is this nonsensical bullshit? What the fuck is going on?
Well, so I think when I want to say, when they introduced the character that both the dudes were trying to date.
Right.
That's when it really started getting weird.
Yeah. Well, they weren't trying to date her. They were just trying to fuck her.
Yeah, I was just trying to be nice about it.
Were you trying to be polite today?
It happens occasionally.
Oh my God.
And then like when they introduced his cousin and the weirdness that happened with her, it's like, what the fuck? Really?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, because I went to go rewatch it a couple years ago and I can't find it.
Nah.
So, yeah, but I definitely love Bill Skarsgård. I'm excited for him. So yeah, I think they're either either they're going to put out a total of 3 between when it premiered a couple days ago to this coming Sunday, which would be the next scheduled time, or just simply because it's Halloween, they're moving Sunday's show to Friday.
Yeah.
And then the next normal one will be a week after that.
And both of those make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking Halloween, so
Yeah.
what
And,
better time to actually introduce the show than on fucking Halloween?
well, I mean, they've already introduced it, but what a better way to really press it out there, especially, HBO really doesn't have a lot going on for it right now. Everything's just kind of stalemate. And it's, and it probably leads back to us having a conversation, which is, it's going to air awkwardly compared to this one. But you and I had a conversation about the directors and the DC universe. And so, I think it's kind of at that stalemate right now where it's like, they don't really have anything going on. This is a fantastic, I mean, let's face it. As soon as they killed Pedro Pascal, I had zero interest in The Last of Us. Zero. I haven't watched it since.
I've not watched The Last of Us.
You haven't seen
I also
any part of
didn't
it?
play the video
that's
game.
Right. Yeah, I didn't play a video game either. But okay, so I watched season 1 of The Last of Us, and it was really freaking good. Season 2, I think it was episode 2. They fucking killed Pedro Pascal off.
Oh, really?
They killed Joel off, and it wasn't that they necessarily killed him off. We knew, going into it, it's going to happen, right?
He's the father, right?
He's the father figure. Yeah,
Okay.
he's the one who takes care of her. It was the fact that he was tortured to death. That was mine. It just like
Spoiler alert.
we already said called spoiler alert at the beginning of it. So
Yeah, we were talking about a different show, though.
yeah, that's true. But anyways, I haven't finished watching it. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do a season 3. If they do a season 3, I think they're just wasting their money down the toilet. I literally, and I'm just going to say this as politely as I can, I don't give a fuck about your gender identity. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a woman, boy, girl, whatever. I don't care if you want to identify as the opposite sex. If you're paying your own bills and making your way, I don't care. I don't want it shoved down my throat.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems I see with Bella Ramsey is she represents herself well, but she's always trying to kind of push stuff out there. It has nothing to do with the storyline.
Is she the main female character?
Yes.
Okay, so there's other problems with her.
Yeah.
That the studio is like, we're not dealing with her anymore. So I think that they had plans on just replacing her. Or they just straight up canceled it because they're like, we're not dealing with this fucking person.
I'm pretty sure they're just canceling it.
And it wasn't necessarily because of her like political or gender identity type views. It was other issues with her being too full of herself, basically.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what happens when you have an actor or actress have success at a young age. Because she was Lily Mormont in Game of Thrones. She was the Queen of Bear Island. She was that little. You watched Game of Thrones. You would have seen her.
I watched all but the last season.
You would have seen her because she comes in at like season 6 when they're at Winterfell. It's either 6 or 7 when they're at Winterfell and they're trying to plan on how to defeat King's Landing.
Okay.
So, anyways, she's a Mormont and she did a great job. And I think Bella Ramsey definitely falls in that same category as Letitia Wright did for a while there. They both just got full of themselves, but Bella Ramsey, and I'm really worried sometimes about stuff I hear on the internet because, like I said, I don't care. You identify how you want to. I don't care. It does not change my life one single bit. If I don't have to see your nether yayas and I don't have to see your bits and I don't have to pay your bills, that's fine. If you're taking care of yourself, that's fine. But I had seen a clip of something on the internet talking about Bella Ramsey and about how like she had made reference to the fact that Ellie was the primary character to The Last of Us, which in the video games she is. But when you're trying to start, when you're trying to take this
franchise.
Thank you. I'm like, there's an F word for that. When you're trying to take a franchise from A to B, right? You can't sit there and say, I'm the only important one. Why are you crying about him dying? And then turning on me. And she literally, This is what I heard in this video is somebody was saying how Bella Ramsey was saying, I'm not going to get canceled because it's me. I'm awesome. People are only watching for me. Pedro Pascal is just a great bonus. But this story is about me. It's about Ellie. And it's like, so she's canceling the person who actually drew the interest for the show. It was Pedro Pascal and people going, hello. A lot of women going, hello.
I like Pedro Pascal.
I love
Even
Pedro
though there's
Pascal.
a bunch of people who are being like, God damn, can you stop putting him in everything?
And I get that, but you know what? He needs to just make that money while he can, okay?
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Oh gosh, no.
I like him.
You know, I didn't see the new Fantastic Four First Steps. I don't really have a plan to watch it.
Yeah.
There is, and then that's it. As much as I love Joseph Quinn, who apparently plays Johnny Flame or whatever, Sue Storm's brother or whatever. As much as I enjoy that actor and I enjoyed him in a few different things I've seen him in, I just, if I'm going to watch something that's retro, it's kind of got to be comedic or it's got to be horror. If you're going to take me back to the feeling of the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, so I had some problems with that movie, but then
First Steps, did you watch it?
No, I've not watched it. But then I saw that it was in a completely alternate reality. And then I was like, okay, that I can excuse the choices that you made because it's a completely different reality.
Yeah.
It isn't the primary reality.
Right.
So, yeah, whatever.
I get it. I mean, because my partner was just like, "Meh, meh, meh, meh." Like,
The
what
Silver
fuck is this
Surfer's
shit?
a dude. What the fuck are you doing? There's an entire character that's a female Silver Surfer. You should have used her if that's what you wanted.
I have no idea. I haven't even watched. I've only watched one preview. I've only seen one preview, and it's the same thing where they're like, "We're having a baby," and then she's rocking a baby, and then it's flame on. I mean, that's just about it. So I don't know anything else about the story. I haven't seen any other trailers. I don't know. But my partner had said something about it. He's just like, "This isn't how it's supposed to be," and I said the same thing to him. I said, "It's an alternate reality," and he hates that. He
Yeah.
just strongly.
I mean, both DC and Marvel have a bunch of alternate realities.
Yeah, and it makes sense because you might say you like Captain America, circa Winter Soldier, right? Say that's your when he's in back at the very beginning, and he's with Bucky. That's your favorite Captain America from then. Mine happens to be Captain America in Avengers Endgame. That's my favorite Captain America, where he's just like, I am so fucking tired of telling y'all the same damn thing. Behave. So, you get these different iterations and it satisfies all the fans. So I get that.
I mean, well,
It's-
the different
it's-
iterations 9 times out of 10 have nothing to do with the fans. It has to do with the writers.
Well, yeah, because they're going, oh, dude, this would have been so great. Especially back in the days of they're smoking their grass. This would be so great if Steve Rogers handed his mantle over to
hippie.
He was a hippie and handed his mantle over to a black man. But I mean, alternate dimensions. I mean,
One
X-Men
thing-
does it. Everybody does it.
One thing that was really cool in the God damn it, the fucking show with Hawk, with Falcon rather. I can't remember.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Is that they actually? So there was another dude who
Yep.
got the experimentation done on him, but he was a black dude, and they fucking suppressed that information.
Yep.
He's actually in that show, which is fucking awesome.
He's
And then
also in the
his-
Brave New World as well.
His grandson at one point becomes I think he becomes U.S. agent, basically another Captain America wannabe, basically, except he's closer to the real thing than most of the other people who basically take on the quote unquote mantle.
Yeah. I mean, alternate dimensions, alternate realities, alternate storylines. They, especially if you love one particular storyline and then something else gets introduced, it can be overwhelming to fans. And like I said, me personally, like if you're going to give me something that's got a retro look and feel, it's got to be just like what we saw in It, Welcome to Derry, or it's got to be more comedic style like Pleasantville. Have you seen Pleasantville?
No, I've not.
I think you would have a fan freaking tastic time watching that because it starts out in black and white and they all get color as they start orgasming, which is great.
They get colored when they orgasm.
That's right. I figured you'd like that. I don't know. I understand why a lot of people have an issue with A, B, C, or D. I get it. But it's if you're going to stay true to the comic books, you need or the comic lines, you need to let people know, hey, it's available. It's a part of.
Yeah. I mean, it also kind of depends upon how they go about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I love Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
So as a result, I'm more forgiving of them making Nick Fury black.
Yeah.
Because I love Samuel Jackson. Although I think they did that in the comic before it was in the movie.
Yeah.
Although eventually they started just making the Nick Fury in the comics look like Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
And also, what is his name? Idris Elba or whatever. I always butcher his name.
Idris Elba.
I love that dude.
So you forgive him for not being white?
Heimdall's not white. Heimdall's not black.
You're like, Heimdall's not white. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard not to have some forgiveness with some things. You are either gonna like draw this hard line and be like, no,
Yeah.
bad Marvel, no, bad DC.
And like I've said before, if they fucking made a Nazi fucking movie and they made him an Asian woman, motherfuckers would get hung in the streets. But it's not a white character, so nobody cares.
I am sitting here as a white woman, slightly terrified of you right now because I can see how angry it makes you. Your pinks are cheek. Your cheeks are pink. Your nose is red. I can see it's an irritable factor for you.
Just make a different fucking character if you want it to be a different race or gender. It's not that difficult. Use your fucking brain.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they keep remaking shit with different kinds of people is because they don't have the imagination to go, well, I'm going to make a brand new superhero. Like a lot of people think that,
Well, also a bunch of the time when they're doing this shit, there's fucking other characters that they could have fucking used instead.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a fucking female version of Silver Surfer. It's not the Silver Surfer. It's a different character entirely. That is a fucking female, and she's awesome. You could have just fucking used her.
Yeah.
Or like that Woman King fucking movie that they made a while back.
I didn't watch it, but I have heard of it.
So, have you ever heard the fucking what is it? The battle cry for the fucking Korn followers from Warhammer 40K and Warhammer Fantasy?
No.
It's blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Okay?
Okay.
About 20-ish years ago, I was like, did they just come up with this on their own or did they take it from something else? So I looked it up on the internet.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out that it's from whatever culture the Woman King is based on.
Yosha or whatever.
It's because they really existed.
Yeah.
The fucking female special soldiers. Basically, they were the king's guard.
Yeah.
In that country.
Yeah.
The reason they were the king's guard is because that particular country was a slaving country, and they would raid all their surrounding neighbors and collect slaves. And as a result, they were constantly basically at war with everybody else. And so most of their male soldiers died over the generations. So they didn't have enough fucking soldiers to protect the king. So he made his own special group out of women that he basically would rape and shit. The thing about it, though, is that if they wanted to have a black-centered, female-centered story, there was another culture that was nearby there that they had females that were basically the queens of the fucking culture. And they were fucking amazing. They're awesome. They could have just done that. Instead, they tried to fucking take this culture that was part of the problem with slavery
Yeah.
and make it like, oh, they were the heroes. No, they were not. They were the fucking villains of history. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, like I know that the Dora Milaje from Black Panther is based on the Queen's Guard that you're just speaking of the Queen's Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, from the Woman King, it's the fucking King's Guard. These were female soldiers that protected the king, and the nobles basically copied him. So a bunch of the sort of reserve military was all women.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not any different than like the Israeli Special Forces that has a shitload of women in it.
I mean, it's a similar situation, but for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
With them, they have so few people that they kind of have to have everybody serve in the military. There is no choice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I can see this as like a subject that makes you mad.
Because it's fucking retarded.
It is fucking stupid that we don't have creators out there in the movie industry making as original. If they want to be inspired by something in history, make it accurate. Don't go, oh, but that guy had a big dick, so we're gonna use his examples. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't use an essayist as no.
They'd rather subvert and destroy shit than create their own shit. Is what's happening, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's a terrible thing because every culture should be represented properly and authentically. And I imagine for you, just because I know you in person, I'm not discrediting anybody else, but I imagine for you, it's a lot harder to have had like that superhero like role model that you really connected to when you were young that looked a certain way. And that's probably why you were drawn a little bit more to like Spawn and Venom and all of that kind of stuff, or at least Spawn, because he's way different.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I didn't care. There was only, I'm trying to think. I haven't extensively read comic books in general. Basically,
Just a couple of different lines.
Yeah, basically, I followed fucking X-Men, and that was the only really popular line of comics that I followed. I would sporadically read my buddy's Spider-Man. I would sporadically read like the Hulk or something. There were two not so popular comic book lines that I collected, and that was John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and fucking Shang-Chi.
The Master of the Ten Rings.
Master of Kung Fu. And during the period that I was reading it, he didn't have any magic. He was just fucking Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
It's basically the whole storyline.
And you really liking John Carter actually makes a lot of sense with the different kind of genres you listen to and stuff. And the pen and paper role playing games and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense. I liked the original movie. It was hard to follow a little bit because I had no backstory on John Carter. But Taylor Kish did for me, again, because I haven't read the comic books, Taylor Kish did a good job.
Yeah, because there's been like 3 or 4 movies based on John Carter.
Yeah, the only one I know is the one with Taylor Kish in it.
I don't remember which is which. There was one where he was like, it was modern times, and he was like a sniper or something, and they get sucked to Mardoom.
I think that might be the one I'm thinking of, but
then there was one that was closer to the authentic thing, which is where he was like a Civil War veteran or something, and he got sucked to Mardoom, aka Mars. And then there's one with fucking Tracy Lords.
you're like, I don't know nothing else about it except for Tracy Lords.
I mean, she was a good choice for Deja Thoris, I guess.
I've seen Tracy Lords in a couple of things, not adult entertainment wise, but like she was in Crybaby.
Yeah.
She was really good in that one. She was also in a couple of others more recently. And
there was also a television show that she was in for a while.
Yeah. But that's a conversation for After Dark because it is, who she is. And that's fine. She's mainstream now. You got to respect her and her hustle,
Sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, sort of.
She kind of got there the wrong way. But
She did, but we can always talk about that on After Dark because I've read a couple different articles that says she was forced into doing what she did when she did. So that's not a today conversation, though, because that'll just piss you off if you believe there's any kind of essay in there. So,
well, I'm not. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, so far I liked it. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. There was a couple of little side notes that I'm wondering how many people, like, you didn't even notice the changes in the lamp scene.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm like, that's what I was so smiling about, is because I noticed it the first time I watched it, because I've actually watched this episode twice now. And I thought you would have caught it, but you just kind of had this look like, what is this nonsense now?
And I'm like, when's the fucking jump scare? You're fucking with the goddamn lamp. Okay, there it is. Yep.
And it wasn't even, I don't even think it was a jump scare. I think it was a creep factor. It was not a jump scare to me.
Well, the snap, all of a sudden it's fucking screaming faces. That's a jump scare.
It wasn't for me, but okay.
Well, it's also the fucking second time you watched it.
Even the first time, I did not jump. I'm like, look, my partner literally paused and asked me if I enjoyed it, and I said yes. And I told you it gave him cause for concern because I didn't jump at any of it. All I did was laugh, which is not.
I didn't jump at any of it either, and I didn't laugh either. I'm like, okay.
Well, I smiled an awful lot, and I laughed because it's just part of who I am. Yeah. It's just part of my little quirky nature of like what you do in high stress. It's just how I deal with stuff.
In the scene in the car, I'm like, why did you? Oh yeah, you don't want to show exactly what's happening because that would not make this a PG-13 show.
It's not PG-13. Like I do believe it is R-rated or NC-17.
That would definitely make it an NC-17.
But it showed vaginal lips. So I don't know what you were talking about there. Oh yeah, it shows head coming out. I'm sure you're like my partner and looked away.
No, I was looking right at it. All I saw was the big fucking thing coming out.
Yeah,
I didn't notice anything other than that.
Oh, it's not like it was like super meaty defined lips. But it was just like, oh.
Also, there's a lot more going on than fucking pussy lips.
That's right. But of course I noticed the pussy. It's just how it is. Anyways,
I just noticed the weirdness with her underwear. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's
take those things off. What, are you retarded? And the baby's coming out.
That's what my partner said. He's just like, what the fuck's wrong with her? No, I vetoed this. I vetoed that.
Yeah.
And so one thing a lot of people don't understand why people traveling in cars tend to leave their underpants on if they're traveling is so they have something to catch the baby with so the baby doesn't go ka-thunk on the floor. Especially back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call bullshit.
I'm just telling you. Anyways, but the Uris kid. Now you'll notice this now once I say it. So you know what Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise looks like, correct? Even though you haven't seen the movie, you know what he looks like. Okay.
Yeah, in the scene in the theater, I was actually it looked to me like the one kid was going to turn into him.
Teddy?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm wondering, because when you watch the It movie, there is in It Part 2, it is in It Part 1. They look through the history of the town of Derry, and there is this character there who has the same side part, the same reddish brown color, the same shaped lips. And so I'm wondering.
No, I was thinking it was the Maddie kid.
Oh, that was actually holding the baby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, I mean, maybe.
Because he started making a funny face, and I'm like, ooh, is he going to... No.
Well, he did. Well, he kind of did, because he actually did make the Pennywise face. So you weren't wrong there. I mean, because he morphed into the high cheeks and the ears and the big smile. So, yes. But I think they've picked actors that if you put them together and stacked them as they matured, would kind of be an amalgamation of looking similar to Bill Skarsgård, so that it can kind of bring in that ideology that he's absorbing people into his being. Because I just knew Teddy was gonna like.
Teddy doesn't have those pretty lips like Bill Skarsgård.
I do not find that 12-year-old lips pretty either. He's just got the heart-shaped lip. Anyways, you fucking weirdo. It's been a day. We'll have to watch. If you're up for it, we'll watch more next week. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I found it a very interesting for fans of horror. I think they'll like it for diehard fans of it. Before they go jumping the gun, like, oh, Pennywise wasn't in the first episode. Like, they've got to build up to it.
I'm surprised they murdered as many people in the first episode as what they did.
I'm not, because I mean, like, how do you get
read or watch any of the other shit? So whatever.
That's neither here nor there. How do you get the attention when you're starting out something new? How do you get everybody's attention? Body count. Period.
Body count.
They taught you that in Scream. The body count has to be high at the beginning.
Body count is in the house.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys have a great day.
Later.
Bye. Okay, everybody. That's all the time we have for today. So I want to thank you for stopping by to enjoy the conversation. We're glad you're here, and please share and share again and share some more. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We'll be having another chat and another cup soon. We'll talk to you then. Look forward to seeing you.